Okay. Mom wants some garbage day. So I got the garbage out. You see? Whew. So what was I saying? They was saying that, oh, Michelle. So I thought Michelle had to work, but come to find out she didn't. She said she got some vibes or something, and she got up and left. So I was saying that, there's times that, you know, I say things and she go do them either because I did them or she's doing them before me. She did that with the when I was sitting down. When I sat myself down and I wasn't saying nothing, I wasn't participating, I wasn't preaching, but that was all because I had my mouth covered. Yeah, that's enough. But then after the situation happened where I was told off per se, and no, not that part. No. We was sat down. Me and her was sat down. We couldn't do nothing. We couldn't praise God. We couldn't get in the service. We couldn't sing. We couldn't testify. We couldn't take communion. And the Sunday that we would sat down was on Communion Sunday. So now, I guess it was supposed to be for a month, but then I think the realization set in when they realized that a service was coming up and I was over it, so they couldn't really, I guess it wouldn't have looked right for me not to be participating in my own service. So they said, okay, you can participate and all this other stuff. But instead, I did participate, but after it was done, I just didn't, I just got quiet. I sat on some more, didn't say too much. And upon doing such, she did it. I was quiet, she was calm. I wasn't testifying, she wasn't testifying. But I told her, I said, you got no reason to be sitting there not testifying. My reasons is my reasons. You ain't got no reasons to not be testifying. So you should get up and testify.
Is going to work for every patient. They have to have healthy tissue to begin with. But if you do have healthy tissue, you will not cause collateral damage. So that leads me right into tissue management. So if we're doing great preparation design and trying to manage the tissues by not causing damage, then that makes it even easier for us to move to the next step. So periodontal tissue management, obviously, as I mentioned in the oncoming slide, that you need to address it before the patient gets to your chair. And if they are in your chair, then maybe you need to do something different to manage those tissues so that you have an easier chance of getting a good impression. So if we can avoid trauma, if we can get the patient's mouth healthier before they see us, that's obviously going to reduce bleeding and make our life that much easier to take a final impression. So if someone like this is in your practice and needs restorative therapy, obviously you want to send them over to the hygiene department, get them cleaned up using various types of scaling and root planing, lasers, various types of medications, etc. Once they're healthy, then you can bring them back to the chair and do a great job. Tissues will have receded and be a lot easier to manage. Plus, cosmetically, you'll get a better looking restoration because of the tissues being more consistently
where I'm
placed
going.
and healthy versus
Back out
potentially
of it.
sloughing or retracting due to inflammation irritation. Now, obviously, some patients come into the practice with broken teeth or need immediate treatment, and that's fine. These things happen. It's just going to be more challenging to treat. And for some of those cases, maybe we just provisionalize them and send them on their way to the hygiene department. Or if we know someone has a problem, we will sometimes get out an ultrasonic or piezo, clean the couple of teeth that are in question, give them a periodontal rinse, and send them home with a prescription medicated rinse, and then come back in a couple of days, and usually it makes our life that much easier. So a lot of things we
I
can
don't
do to
think I'm
manage
going
tissues
right.
ahead of time that can make life
I mean,
easier.
this is the black coat.
When we think of tissue management, it's a huge part of taking final impressions, as you can see by some of the research here. One of which done by Gordon Christensen, he mentioned that 90% of impressions have defects when they're sent to the laboratory. Another one in the Journal of Prosthetic Dentistry was mentioning that 89% of impressions had visible errors when sent to the lab. And even Detola, Mike Detola had mentioned recently in one of his articles how many problems they see with the impressions coming from the dentist. And that's part of the reason we wanted to have this discussion tonight, to talk about some things to make life better for us, better for the patients, and better for the laboratory technicians. So looking here at many of the problems that arise when you send an impression off to the laboratory, the number one problem they found in impressions, but there were voids or tears along the finish line. From there, the next thing they found was a putty exposure through the wash, so we didn't have good orientation of materials onto the tooth. From there, air bubbles along the finish line was another 40%. Pressure of the tray onto soft tissue, tray didn't fit properly or was malpositioned, that's about 38%, followed by inadequate retention of material to the tray at 33%. There are not many people that are using tray adhesives, but they are highly recommended and certainly very advantageous. So that's part of the reason why we're seeing inadequate retention material in trays, as well as more people using closed-bite trays. From there, some flow problems. We'll address some of these in the troubleshooting later on in the program. And the final one being the retraction cord attached to the pressure, that's 6%. So, in seeing these numerous different errors, we're going to talk about all of these and how they occur and maybe things we can do to avoid these. So, tissue management, obviously we're trying to control hemostasis as well as fluids from cellular fluid and saliva, while at the same time displacing tissue to allow our materials to successfully go past the cable surface margin and encompass the emergence angle of the root structure to give that laboratory technician the best chance of making a great restoration. And so if you're not using various types of anti-sialadogs prior to appointment, or large quadrant dentistry or full arch dentistry, you're really missing out. Whether you're using a simple Benadryl, antihistamine, or if you're moving into salterpene or propantholine or other types of anti-sialadogs, they pay huge dividends. Whether it's one tooth or a full arch, highly recommend these. From there, one more thing, you can get people so dry with these that you actually can't even use saliva, you have to cotton rolls. So a huge advantage to having these.